Good morning. Jump back into Dragon Quest Builders. Chapter 2, Rimuldar. Just have to remember what tasks we gotta take care of. I think we're just working on healing up those folks down there. Ah, shoot. I did not need to be that side shoot. Fishing rod. accepted Elle's request to cure another patient. Hazel is fully cured. Oh, thank you, Jin. Our new patients are doing wonderfully well. From Gerontius' observations, the patient's own account, it seems they were suffering from some kind of wasting disease. I don't doubt that the nourishing food that you prepared for them was a key factor in their recovery. But we can't rest on our laurels just yet. The patients who arrived here earlier are still bedridden. If only we could determine the cause of their affliction, we might have some hope to healing them. I don't know what more we can do for these poor souls. I fear all I can do is stay by their side and comfort them in their darkest hour. Jin, my lamb, it took me so long to realize just how powerless I am to help these people. However much I may mop the sweat from their brows or reassure them that all will be well, they come no closer to recovery. If it would rid the world of this accursed plague, then I would gladly offer myself in their place. Oh, Almighty Rupus, if you truly do watch over us, please find it within your heart to save our poor beleaguered patients. Nice, medicinal herbs. Oh, what a wonderful day, thank you. I feel so much better now. I must have caught the starving sickness. No matter how much I ate, I felt hungrier and hungrier. In the end, my stomach was so full I couldn't swallow another thing. And yet I felt absolutely starving. I thought I was a goner for sure. Is that right? You and everyone else in this village are trying to fight against the blight? And you want to find a way to get rid of that horrible Hades Condor too? Then count me in. I want to fight by your side. I know a little bit about weapons and armor too, so I reckon I'll be able to pull my weight. Oh, here. Take this. It's the least I can do to repay your kindness. I had it hidden under my armpit all the time. Huh. That's kind of weird. Thanks, guys. Thank the goddess that's over. I don't know how, but it looks like I've survived. I don't fancy the chances of those other patients in the sick room, though. Their skin's all gray and waxy, their eyes are completely bloodshot. From the way they mumble and moan all the time, I'm pretty sure they're hallucinating. I'm glad I didn't catch what they did. Whatever's wrong with those patients, it's definitely not normal. Don't let them lick you, whatever you do. But that's enough doom and gloom for one day. Let's talk about this town. You're all working together to fight back against the blight, right? That's incredible. It really is. You've got to let me help you. I might not have a lot to offer, but I do know a bit about blacksmithing and working with metals. If you think that'd come in handy, then I'd be only too happy to share what I know. Oh, and take this. Consider it your reward for all you've done for me. It's my special treasure. I had it safely hidden away in my ear the whole time. That's unusual, to say the least. Alright. Get some fire-breathing statues installed. goddess deliver us. Jinn, my lamb, the monsters are coming. Once again, the Hades Condor sends his forces upon us. That demon's bird's dark wings spread over the land, blotting out what little light and hope remains here. It is not enough that it rains plague down upon us. Will it not rest until our home lies in ruins? It's terrible, horrible, absolutely incorrigible. Jin, are you ready to fight back against the monsters? Then let's go into battle together. We still have patients who depend on us. We cannot let them down. Moving. Who, 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 who dares spread hope throughout my realm? We did well, now what? An ear-piercing scream rings through the town. An ominous aura hangs in the air. Jin can't shake the feeling that something terrible has happened. Ha ha ha, I understand it now, Jin. I finally understand it. Ha ha ha. Master Ilias was right all along. I should have done what he said. Master Ilias. Master Ilias. Master Ilias. That's complicated. Jin, what should I do? What can I do? Maggots are crawling under my skin. They're crawling through my body. I try to pull them out, but they keep getting away. Can you see them, Jin? Can you see them? Please, Jin, you've got to help me. Please, help. Please. Hello, Jin. I'm all better now. Better than I've ever been before. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Got us above our patients, Jin. Something is wrong with our patients. We need to bring Gerontius here. He needs to see this for himself. Come on, Jin, let's go find him. He's literally just in the infirmary, dog. Oh, it's just as I thought. Something is indeed amiss with the patients. Jin, L, before we go check on them, there is something you must bear in mind. Whatever should happen, you must think only of protecting yourselves and nothing else. Gerontius, what are you talking about? What must we prepare ourselves for? There is no time to explain. We must check on the patients without delay. Come, let us head to the infirmary. Jin, are you ready for this? Well, if it isn't Jin and L and Gerontius too. Keen? Keen, are you alright? Tell us what happened. It's just as Ilias said. I was wrong for ever doubting him. I have conquered death. I have transcended life. Stay back. Wahahaha. Nyahahaha. Irvin, are you alright? Where does it hurt? What's the matter? Worms, maggots, they're crawling into my head. Ugh. Irvin? Irvin! Irvin! I can feel them. They're under my skin. It's itchy. It's so itchy. I can feel them crawling through me. Hell, it's too late. We can't save him. We can't save him. No! No! Man. Eddie, it's me. Do you recognize me? It's L. L? Yes, it's L. Hold on. We're going to help you. L. Earl. No, it's too late. Getting this up. Oh, Goddess preserve us. Goddess protect us. Jin, our patients, our poor patients. Why? How could something like this happen? Almighty Rubus, please find it in your heart to save our patients' souls. That night, the slumber of Rimuldar, the people of Rimuldar fall into an uneasy slumber. The stillness of the night and somber village is only broken by Elle's mournful wails that echo throughout the night. Then morning comes. Requests. More as they fill out. Jin, it seems the worst has come to pass. Do you remember what I told you before? How fighting this disease will cause more pain than simply giving into it? I'm sorry, forget I mentioned it. Now is not the time. What? Do I know something about this disease that I'm not telling you? No, that is to say, I fear I know more than merely something. I believe I told you before that the apprentice I once had, a young whippersnapper by the name of Ilias, the same boy whose name our poor patients call out in their sleep, as they lie racked by that foul illness. I fear that Ilias may be the one causing this dreadful disease. Jin, Ilias still lives somewhere beyond the ruined palace. Seek him out and find out all you can about the sickness. I hate to send you on such a perilous quest, Jin, but you are our only hope. Ilias turned his back on the world to concentrate on his research. I can only hope that this letter will convince him to come back to us. Jin obtained Gerontius' letter. A new quest markers appeared on the compass. Everyone in this town is so nice, Jin. I had a very interesting conversation with Casey, Jacob, and Nosh earlier. They said that while you're busy fighting that blight, we should try to develop a weapon you can use to fight the Hades Condor. We thought long and hard about it, coming up with lots of different ideas. The problem is the Hades Condor flies through the sky, so any normal weapon simply wouldn't reach it. We were wondering what to do about that when we remember the type of weapon the Bodkin archers use. Anyways, let us tell you all about the new idea we came up with. Hopefully you'll be able to use some of these ideas to bring a new weapon to life. Ballista. Colossal crossbow that fires with such force that it needs to be fixed on the floor. Can be fired after placing by pressing X. Alright. Wow, that thing's incredible, Jin. It looks like it could shoot the Hades Condor right out of the sky. With this thing, we might actually stand a chance against that horrible bird. Jin, I know I haven't been here long, and I don't know everything about what's happening in this town, but I've heard what Gerontius has been saying. He's always muttering about whether or not it's right to fight the blight, and questioning whether the root cause of this disease is that or the other. If you ask me, it's all just the ramblings of a silly old man who wants things to be more complicated than they are. Whatever else might have happened in the past, it was the Hades Condor who brought this plague. So if we can slay that big bird brain, the darkness that clouds our sky will surely be cleared. Make no mistake, Jin, soon enough you're going to come up against the Hades Condor cheek to cheek. And I'm going to do whatever I can to help you prepare for that battle. The first thing we've got to do is build more ballistas, and then place them all up high so you can shoot the Hades Condor right out of the sky. Well, that's easy enough, I suppose. It's all over. Please, just leave me be. Oh, Master Gerontius, I never should have... This letter, it's from Master Gerontius. I've made a huge mistake. The old man was right all along. What a fool I was to think that mankind could overcome this blight, that we could conquer death itself. Please take these notes to Gerontius. He may be able to... Thank you, Jin. You saved me. Take this to Gerontius. Find the world tree. Find Yggdrasil. Jin obtained Ilias's Theseus. Yay! Ah, you're back already, Jin. So, how did it go? I see. Jin, Ilias and I once worked together, spending every waking moment searching for a way to free this land from the blight. But without the power to build, our efforts were doomed from the start. However, Ilias refused to accept this. He wanted for more. He began to seek a means to overcome not just the blight, but death itself. Yes, Jin, the sickness that transmogrified those poor souls was not wrought by the Dragon Lord or the Hades Condor, but by my own apprentice. It's an evil born of mankind's hubris. Jin, you mentioned that Ilias gave you some papers. May I take a look at them? These are Ilias's research notes. It seems he was developing a new form of medicine. Though I'm loath to continue his studies after all the damage they have done, I owe it to him to see what I can glean from these records. Marvelous. When Ilias began his experiments into overcoming death, I told him I would have no hand in it. I abandoned my research in protest. The graves that stood before me when you and I first met were those of the men and women sacrificed to Ilias's grim zeal. Jin, I still wrestle with this quandary. Is it truly right for us to fight against the blight? Should we humans not learn to accept our limitations instead of trying to worm our way out of the clutches of death and disease? Still, I cannot allow Ilias's last noble act to be in vain. I will take it upon myself to read through his records and make what use of them I can. I don't know if it's right of me to do this, but I owe it to the boy nonetheless. Analyzing these notes will take some time, Jim. While I work at this, will you continue to improve this town? We do not know what horrors yet await us. We would do well to be prepared for anything. Admirable work, young man. Rimuldar is looking better than ever. Your building skills seem to be improving too. While you were working to develop our town, I was able to finish my analysis of Ilias's thesis. It seems he had the same idea as I and focused his investigation onto the life restoring power of Yggdrasil, the world tree. which grew upon the ruins of the holy sanctum which bears in its mighty branches the power of life itself. But some forces are not to be trifled with, young man. We must not continue this foolish battle with the blight. I have no desire to pointlessly flirt with tragedy any further. I think it's best that we stop here. Thank you, Jin, for everything. Jin, my lamb, I have terrible news. The monsters are on their way to attack us once again. We must drive them back lest they put paid to our efforts to cure the people of Rimuldar of their... I beg your pardon? Gerontius says we should give up the fight against the plague? What? How could he ever say such a thing? I will never give up. Never, ever, ever. But we don't have time to discuss this now. The monsters are at the gate. Are you ready to do battle? Yeah. Jin, my lamb, so long as I have the strength to help those less fortunate than I will never give up. I will fight by your side. Together we will drive the monsters away. For if this town were destroyed and our sick room with it, then how would we help the next poor patient to find their way here? Victory. Jin obtains a green teleportal.
Who, who dare spread hope throughout my realm? You, it's you, Squawk!
Hey, banner's looking dope. Jin! I'm so sorry, my lamb. I've come down with something. I think it's the same illness. I cannot help my poor patients anymore. I can only bring them harm. Please, Jin, you've done enough already. Don't try to save me. Curing this disease is beyond our powers. If I were to spread this illness throughout the town, the people we have worked so hard to save would be doomed. I beg you, Jin, for my sake, for everyone's sake, please kill me. No, dog. That ain't cool. Just need to talk to this guy.
What? Ella's sick. But why? How could this happen? We've brought this upon ourselves, young man. We were fools to think we could overcome the blight. Jin, I would ask you to see to her request. Please, Jin, I beg you, please kill El. No, wait, stop right there. I can't let you do that. I can't ordain the death of my own dear granddaughter. Jin, you have to find a way to save her. Oh, that's right, you found an old teleportal, didn't you? It said that teleportals will always take their owners to the place they need to go. I beg you, travel through the teleportal and seek out the ruins of the holy sanctum where the world tree has taken root. According to Ilias' notes, there you will find an ancient artifact known as the transmutation table. This enchanted workbench can be used to prepare the most powerful curative, perhaps even more powerful enough to save Elle's life. Jin, I beg of you, journey to through the green teleportal and seek out the transmutation table. Okay. Twin teleportarium turned into a triple teleportarium. So, Jin, don't you think it's time we made use of my knowledge? You've got no idea what I'm talking about, so I should stop grinning like that? Good goddess, how you're rude. I told you all about it after I recovered from the blight, remember? Long story short, I met this legendary blacksmith while I was traveling the world. Well, the descendant of one anyways, a really tough-looking fellow he was. Anyways, we got chatting about the metalwork trade, and I learned a lot about it. The Hades Condor will be here soon, and tough metals, weapons, and armor would be just the thing we need to fight it. Before we actually make this thing, Jin, I need you to scour Rimuldar top to bottom and find me 5 chunks of silver. Once you've got enough, I'll be able to teach you how to use it.
Great work! You brought back the silver I asked for. Let's see now. Nope, this stuff is way too hard. I don't know how we're gonna make anything out of this. Ha ha ha. Wow, that sucks. Ha ha ha. What are you waiting for me to say something? You're really good at that whole passive-aggressive thing, aren't you? Surely you can think of something we can do with it. Some way to make that silver a little more malleable. You can dream up a way to making it a little bit easier to work with, and go right ahead and do it. And being you, I bet you'll come up with all sorts of inventions after that. You know, Jin, I haven't been here very long, but I already really like this place. I want to do everything I can to protect this town. That means one day getting rid of the Hades Condor. So hurry up and have an idea. Everyone told me about that shiny thing that appears when you invent something. I want to see it for myself. A spot of liquid silver. A shiny silver key, perfect for picking a padlock. Allows you to open locked doors. A cushioned coat made from interlocking loops of silver. A featherlight falchion that strikes with a swoop like a swooping hawk. A silver throwing knife suffused with saintly sorcery, paralysis on dead monsters. A bejeweled buckler buffed to a silvery sheen. Swell. Wood, 10 liquid silver. The werewolf pelt. Gold. Okay. I am Thalamus the All-Knowing. 'Tis a wonder thou canst see me. There can be but one explanation. Thou art the builder, the long-heralded emissary of Rubus. Well, builder, what hopest thou to find in this accursed land? There was a time when this ground was the most blessed in all of Alefgard. 'Twas home to the sanctum, that most holy of holies. But the structure was torn apart by the Dragon Lord's fiendish forces. Not a single sanctified brick remaineth. And yet from that hallowed ground this great tree did grow, imbued with the life-giving power left behind by the shrine. However, even mighty Yggdrasil is now little more than a withered husk, its power leached away by the humans who relied on its energies to survive. I ask thee once again, builder, what is it thou seekest here? To cure Rimuldar of the blight, perhaps? Or perchance thou meanst to clear the darkness that enshroudeth the sky? Neither, you sayest. You only wish to save thy friend. 'Tis difficult to believe that such a meager task should fall within the purview of the emissary of Almighty Rubus herself. Very well, builder, I shall teach thee how to construct the transmutation paper. But once built, thou needest only collect some heads of hollyhock to craft the medicine that will cure thy friend. I cut the last of the hollyhock and stored it safely within this stout vault. However, the key that opened this vault has since rust away to dust. Since I have no doubt that finding some means to open the door is well within thy power. Fare thee well, builder. With bated breath I await the new world thou shalt bring forth. What? A peculiar platform used in the arcane arts of alchemy. Can be used to craft medicine. Swell. There's a message carved into this monument. I am Thalamus, the All-Knowing. May whoever hath wisdom let its binding brilliance shine forth. Upon these isles I have laid 3 riddles. Let he who hath unraveled every mystery make proof of his deed here. There's a message card onto this monument. Upon the city of Rimuldar I laid the riddle of the twins. Make proof of thy wisdom and place thy prize here when... Okay. There's a message card from the monument. Upon the island I laid... Beyond the blue teleportal I laid the riddle of evolution. Make proof of thy wisdom here, place thy prize. Upon the island beyond the red teleportal I laid the riddle. Make proof of thy wisdom here. Here.
You've learned how to build the transmutation table. Brilliant work, young man. Simply brilliant. Jin, I've not told anyone this, but Elle is my granddaughter. When I abandoned my research into the Blight, she despised me for it. I suppose that's why she acts the way she does. I still don't know if it's right or wrong to fight this disease, but I do know this, Jin. I cannot allow my dear, sweet granddaughter to die. Perhaps I am being selfish, perhaps I am being foolish, but I am only a human being. Selfish and foolish human being. Please help me, we must do whatever it takes to save my darling Elle. Yay. Jin works out how to make a divine draft. Consecrated concoction that can cure the incurable. To be used when required. Ah, Jin, excellent work developing the formula for the divine draft. This tincture should not only cure almost any illness, but also, I dare say, purify Rimuldar of the poison that pervades it. But first things first, young man, we must craft this curative and save my darling Elle. The key ingredient of the divine draft is hollyhock, a flower that once grew thick about the base of the world tree. Sadly, Yggdrasil is nothing but a withered husk. The plants that grew about it died long ago. But hope is not lost. The great sage Thalamus is rumored to have saved a specimen of this holy plant to bequeath to future generations. The key to his vault was lost countless years ago, but if you were to construct a new key, the hollyhock would be ours. Hollyhock. Jin, I beg of you, you must find a way to open the door to Thalamus's vault. Then you'll be able to collect the hollyhock we need to produce Elle's cure. A new quest marker. Hell yeah. found it, Jin, the Holy Hawk. Now that we have this, we can finally create the medicine that can cure my darling Elle. Or can we? It would seem that only one single hollyhock will not be enough to produce the medicine we need. We are so close, Jin. Is there really no solution to this problem? Think, Garantius, think.
Swell. Jin works out how to make hollyhock seeds. Easy. Less easy. Look at that. A million hollyhocks.
Hurrup! Had an idea, have you, young man? We'll spit it out then. Hurrup! Hurrup! I say, Jin, that might just work. I shouldn't have known you'd come up with a plan. We simply need to retrieve the seeds from the holy hawk we already have and use those to grow new flowers. And then by using the farming technique that the great sage Thalamus perfected, we can grow as many as we need. Yes, if we do that, we'll be able to craft the divine craft after all. Quickly then, Jin, retrieve the holy hawk seeds from the flower, then plant them in the veggie patch. Then, when you've grown enough, you can make the craft. Once the medicine is complete, give it to Elle and cure her of this dreadful disease.
Yeah, get away from me so I can make it. What was that? Jin, you created a cure just for me? Oh, my lamb, I was dreaming. I dreamt I saw the Hades Condor, that awful bird. Thanks to you, we've conquered so many sicknesses and saved so many people from the blight. If we could only slay the Hades Condor in turn, we could clear the darkness from the sky and return light to Rimuldar. Please, Jin, destroy that fell beast. It's the font of all the pain and misery in this land. Alright. Only because you asked. Bella's fully cured. Let's go talk to Grandpa.
Jin! Oh, Jin, you have saved my Elle. Thank you. I can't tell you how much this means to me. Jin, I was wrong. When Ilias took his research down the wrong path, I abandoned him. I forsook my own apprentice and left him to die. I made excuses for myself. I lectured anyone who would listen about the dignity of accepting death, and all manner of philosophical sophistry. But in the end, I couldn't sit by and watch while my dear sweet granddaughter wasted away. Jin, I was a fool. What? Yes, I remember now. You said the same thing when we first met. Though it may be foolish to rebel against our fates, this is what makes us human. There is wisdom in your words, though seeing them spout from such a dopey face is really rather vexing. Well, by the time we wake up tomorrow morning, Elle should be fully recovered. I think you've earned yourself a good night's sleep, too. In the morning, I suggest you check up on Elle and see how she's doing. Thank you again, Jin. Words cannot express how truly grateful I am.
Yeah, we see the life.
What in the world was that tremendous shaking? No, it can't be. Jin, the monsters are coming. A vast host is descending upon our town. We have cured many diseases and even formulated the divine draft by which this land might be saved. Unfortunately, it looks like our hard work has ruffled the Hades Condor's feathers. The beast means to destroy our town and everything in it. Come, Jin, the battle for Rimuldar's heart and soul is finally at hand. Once we dispatch its underlings, we will be free to face the Hades Condor itself. Incidentally, Jin, have you spoken with Elle since she awoke? She'd have a fit if she knew we were going to war without her. What do you say, young man? Are you ready to embark on this final battle?
Well, no, I gotta go talk to Elle now, Dick. Oh, there she is. Oh, hello, Jin. Thanks to you, I'm as fit as a fiddle again. I can only apologize for the things that I said to you when I first fell sick. I was a coward. But when you took me in your arms and laid me to rest in that bed in the sick room that we built together, I felt somehow fulfilled. Thank you, Jin. Thank you so much for saving me. Yeah, sure. Gucci.
Jin, the monsters are coming. A vast host is descending upon our town. We have cured so many diseases and even formulated the divine draft by which this land might be saved. Unfortunately, it looks like our hard work has ruffled the feathers. Oh, I already read this. Yep. Yeah, we're just gonna kill this guy.
Nailed it. 5 doses of antidotal herb. Yay.
Impressive work, Jin. You certainly made short work of those monsters, but your task is not over yet. Even more of Hades Condor's forces bear down upon us. I won't let you fight those blighters alone, Jin. Let's show them a thing or two.
I'm already paralyzed. Five tingle tablets.
Good work, Jin. Another band of Hades Condor's underlings defeated. We need only hold out a little longer. This next assault may well be the last before the beastly bird takes matters into its own hands. But only if we can cut down its minions first. Well, Jin, are you ready to do battle? Well done, Jin. The feathered fiend's followers are no more. All that's left is the Hades Condor itself, the root of the blight that grips our land and the darkness that enshrouds it. Slay it and the light will return. But remember, young man, the beast is known to fly through the air far out of range of any sword or axe. You must use the ballista your friends invented to shoot it from the sky. Place these weapons high above the ground and unleash their full force the moment your enemy lets its guard down. Are your preparations complete? Yeah. You are not alone, young man. We will fight by your side and slay this sickness. What? You're going to fight it alone? Very well. If you fear that we will only get in your way, I defer to your judgment. Now go, Jin, slay the Hades Condor and restore the light to the land of Rimuldar.
Yeah, we did it. Oh, Jin, the Hades Condor is defeated. Praise be to the goddess. Truly, she does watch over us all. Now the blight that pollutes our land can finally be eradicated for good. Thank you, my lamb. Thank you very, very much. By the way, what's that curious crystal you recovered from the condor? Do you think you could use your powers as the builder to craft it into something that could clear this darkness from our sky? Do you think you could use your powers as the builder to craft it into something that could clear the darkness from our sky? Sure, let's give it a whirl. Okay. Now to go check our 33 other crafting places. I never want to sit. Wood. Just need wood. Crap. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you people. Yeah, that's enough. Jin makes the staff of rain that I'll ask for. Good goddess above, if I'm not mistaken, that's the legendary staff that can restore the light to the land. Jin, my lamb, take that staff to the banner of hope and offer it to the heavens. And let Rubus's blessing shine down upon us once more. Swoop. Oh, yeah, I guess we'll save. We're not turning it off just yet, though. I just forgot to, Boop, 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 boop. The light returns to Rimuldar. Jin, my child, you have done well. Rimuldar has been freed from the Dragon Lord's evil influence, and its people are now free to cleanse this land of the poison that polluted it. However, your duty is not over yet. There are others who still suffer under the Dragon Lord's rule and await your succor. Praise be to the goddess! Look, Jin, the heavens are so bright. That night, the people of Rimuldar held a modest banquet to celebrate Jin's victory and their freedom from the Dragon Lord's curse. Though the jubilant villagers enjoyed the festivities, the thoughts of the friends they lost to the blight weigh heavily upon them. Everyone at the feast secretly steels themselves to the thought of how many afflicted still suffering through the land, in need of help. Then morning comes. Jin, you finally awoke. Oh my, you don't look well at all. My poor lamb. I think you may have had a little bit too much fun last night. Tee-hee-hee. After spending all our lives with that darkness hanging over us, I think this is the first time any of us have ever laughed so hard. But still, my grandfather, Gerontius, seemed ever so remorseful last night. He seemed to want to apologize for anything and everything. Well, never mind. I think I know what might have made him change heart. Tee-hee-hee. One more thing, Jin. I saw a most curious sight this morning. There was a great shaft of light rising from the hills to the north and piercing this high into the heavens. I imagine the sort of thing that might interest you. Perhaps you'd like to go and take a look? Yeah, boy. Jin, my child, the light you see before you is the portal to the next land you must free from the Dragon Lord's curse. The items and knowledge that you have acquired in this place will not survive the journey. The moment you pass through this portal of light, you will lose everything. But Jin, my child, should it still be your will to rid this world of darkness, I bid you step into this swirling vortex without fear or regret, and be safe in the knowledge that I do watch over you always. Okay, let's get it. Are you sure you want to travel to... Are you sure you want to leave this land behind and travel to the next island? Yeah, please. Jin, must you really leave us? I want to stop you more than anything, but I know that would be mere selfishness. Selfishness is a sin. Nor would I want to sour this moment by pleading with you to stay. For I know the role that you must play, my lamb. You are to rid Alefgard of the darkness that infects its very heart to cure it of this plague of shadow. Later, nerd. Oh, I do beg your pardon. I'm being awfully poetic all of a sudden. Now remember to dress warmly, Jen. We can't have you catching a cold. Make sure you keep yourself well fed. Try to eat food that's healthy and nutritious. And remember to exercise too. Oh yes, Jen, it may not be much, but I've got a little something for you. Please take this with you. I don't want you fighting those horrid monsters without it. Farewell, my lamb. Take care of yourself wherever you go. I repaired the ruined roof. Yay. Chapter 3. Colin Gallenholm unlocked. A new island has been unlocked in Terra Incognita. New recipes have been unlocked in Terra Incognita. Swell. Did that on Chapter 3. Alright, I think this is where I'm signing off for the day. It's fun hanging out, and I'll be back tomorrow.